Hello everybody, and may I say happy birthday to Richard Starkey, aka Ringo Starr, who turns 77 years old today. God bless him. And somebody out there who knows Ringo, please just go right ahead and forward him this birthday wish video. And I missed, it's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here as I make this video, and I missed the opportunity to say peace and love at noon, so I'm doing it now. Well, in honor of Ringo, I figured I wouldn't shave today and kind of have a little beard thing going on here, and well, that's a lie, folks. That's not the truth. The simple fact of the matter is I was too lazy to bother shaving for this video. So let's deal with it. Well, anyway, I wanted to do something for a recognition of Ringo's birthday, and I decided I would do a top countdown of some of my favorite songs of Ringo's. And you know, I realize that, you know, I'm a big Ringo fan, and I have a lot of favorite songs of his. So if I'm going to do his entire career solo, that is, from 1970 to 2017, I'm going to have way too many favorite songs. So what I thought I would do is, and I had to do, narrow it down to just the 1970s. And even that was difficult because there's so many songs from the 70s I like. I couldn't keep it to 20 songs. So I made a list here, and I don't know how official this list is because I'm changing my mind as I'm looking at it, and the order is a little shaky. I would say that my top 10 is pretty solid, but the other 10, the last 10, could go in any order. So let's see what I came up with, shall we? I'm going to start with number 20. I went with a song that comes off this album here from 1977. It's a song called Drowning in the Sea of Love, which actually opens the album, and I have to tell you, a lot of people really don't like this album or that song, but I really enjoy it. There's something about it. I mean, Ringo doesn't sing it very well, but somehow I think that adds to the charm in some way. I can't explain it. I like the sound of his voice. I like the way he's almost shouting it out. Sounds like he is drowning in a way, and it's a guilty pleasure song, I'll be honest with you. But I don't know what it is about it. I just enjoy it. So I put it on here at number 20, and I'm going to show you a import 45 I've got here, Drowning in the Sea of Love there. And for these 45s that I'm going to show a few with different picture sleeves. I don't always know the country of origin, so we'll just say it's a foreign sleeve. Number 19, I went with a song that I've only just started enjoying this year, really, or was it last year? I think it might have been last year when I really gave this album another spin, and I'm surprised I have it on here because I wouldn't have if I had done this, you know, a couple of years ago. It's from this album. It's number 19. It's a song called "I'll Still Love You," which is actually a song that George Harrison wrote, and there was a big thing where George didn't like the arrangement that Ringo did on this particular album, so he actually sued Ringo. And it was a kind of thing that they both joked about later on when they did a 1988 talk show appearance on Aspel and Company. Anyway, I don't know what it is about that tune. It's kind of a haunting, creepy tune, love song, the way it's performed. I like Ringo's version of it. So I put that at number 19. For number 18, I went with a B-side. It's a B-side to Ringo's very big hit song, Photograph. Number 18 is the B-side here, and I've got this on a, looks like a Japanese picture sleeve. It's Down and Out. You can see the bottom there. It's the B-side of Photograph. It's a nice rocking song that really doesn't say much, but it does have a groove to it that I like very much. And again, I just realized as I'm making this video that I forgot to clean out the microphone, which means I'm sure my voice is modulating in and out. Apologies, folks, but I forgot again. Okay, so that was number 18, Down and Out. For number 17, I'm going to go with the title song of Ringo's debut solo album, Sentimental Journey. It's a classic American songbook kind of song, and I like the way Ringo sings it. So I went with Sentimental Journey here as my number 17 song of the 1970s for Ringo. Okay, now for number 16, I'm going to bounce back again to this album. It's a song called Wings that I enjoy at number 16. I think Ringo did a better job when he rebooted this song later in 2012. But I've come to appreciate this version more and more too. So that's why I decided to put it at number 16, the song Wings. Now we're going into the top 15. And again, these next 5 songs, they're not really religiously where I would put them. It's hard to really rank them. For number 15, I went with a song from Ringo's 1978 album, Bad Boy. And it's a song called Hard Times. I think Hard Times is a pretty good song that moves along at a good pace, a rocker in a way. It's number 15 on my list. Number 14, I decided to go, and I'm not really sure. I think I might have put this a little too high. If I was going to really rethink the list, I might have put it lower back. But it's another B-side. It's a B-side to the It Don't Come Easy single. There it's called Early 1970. There it is. So the song Early 1970, it doesn't really interest me musically too much. I mean, it's okay, but it's kind of the sentiment. He sings about the ex-Beatles and wanting to see all 3 of them. That's kind of like what I really like about it, what I think appeals with that song. So that we got at number, what was it again, folks? You're ahead of me. 14, early 1970. Now for number 13, somewhere along here I have the 45 for Ringo's Bukus of Blues, taken from the 1970 album of the same title. I decided to put it in there. I enjoy that song very much, so I decided to put it in there where it fell along at number 13. Now, for number 12, I get to Ringo's big album. It's always considered Ringo's best solo album, and I have to agree. Self-titled Ringo album. And I decided to put the song Have You Seen My Baby on here, which is, I believe, the second song on the album. I put that there. Have You Seen My Baby at number 12. Okay, now we're going to go to number 11. And I didn't need to put the album down because number 11 is also from this album, the Ringo album. It's a Paul McCartney composition. It's really a nice song, and it's called 6 O'Clock, that Ringo sings very well too. Perfectly tailored for Ringo's vocal abilities, and I love it. It's 6 O'Clock by Paul McCartney at number 11. So we're down to the top 10 now. And as I say, nothing really religious about this, nothing really official. Trying to do the best I can to put them in some kind of order. Number 10, I went with a song from the Bad Boy album again, called Heart on My Sleeve. It's a nice little song. I think it's a cover. I like this album. I think it's a very underrated album. I didn't really care for it much in its day, but it's really grown on me as a good, nice Ringo album to enjoy. So Heart on My Sleeve from the Bad Boy album is number 10. And now the top 9 here, I think it's pretty solid as far as where I want to place them. I don't argue with myself here with these. For number 9, I went with the song I'm the Greatest, which opens the album, and it's a song that John Lennon wrote and sang along with Ringo on. And really enjoy it. It's really suited to Ringo again. So that's number 9. And number 8, we're going to go over to the Goodnight Vienna album. And for number 8, I picked the title track, Goodnight Vienna. And I have a single here that I'll show. I think it may be a French single. Don't hold me to that. But I love that picture sleeve. And there's the Goodnight Vienna picture sleeve. Goodnight Vienna, or otherwise It's All Down to Goodnight Vienna. It's a John Lennon song again, written for Ringo, that I put at number 8. For number 7, I went with the big hit, You're 16. There it is on the picture sleeve single. It's a cover. I think this is a case where Ringo's version is much more enjoyable than the original even. I think he did a great job with it, and I enjoy it. You're 16 at number 7. For number 6, let's zip right back to the Goodnight Vienna album for the No-No song. It's a lot of fun. It's almost like it's a cover also. I didn't really realize that for many years. It's almost like a novelty record, you know. At the time Ringo sang the No-No song, he was still using and abusing all his substances. So that's the irony of it. You know, he's singing that he doesn't do any of that stuff anymore. Meanwhile, he was doing it in excess. And it wouldn't be till 1988. This was 1974 here. Till 1988 that he finally got sober for good. And as far as we know, for nearly 30 years, Ringo has been very sober. Congratulations. It's always a great inspiration. So that's the No-No song at number 6, which leads us to the top 5. These are my top 5 Ringo Starr solo songs of the 1970s. Okay, number 5, we're going to go back to this album. It has a lot of good songs on it. The Ringo album. It's Oh My My, the single and album track, okay? But it was a big hit single for Ringo. Oh My My, very disco flavor. And if you're going to dance in the clubs and get down and boogie, you might as well do it to Oh My My with Ringo. So that's coming in there. I love the way I'm bouncing back and forth to the same albums. Now we go back to Goodnight Vienna for number 4. It's a song called Snookeroo. And Snookeroo is such a good Ringo song. It's so overlooked. And Ringo, please, if you're listening, when you come around in New York to the Beacon Theater to do your concert, put Snookeroo into the lineup. Snookeroo would fit fine. If you want to say this is dedicated to Mean Mr. Mayo, that would be great, because I think it's suited to you. Anyway, all kidding aside, I'm not really kidding. I hope you do it. This particular song written by Elton John, and it's such a favorite of mine for Ringo's repertoire. I wish he would add it to his live performances, and along with a lot of other songs that are worthy. You know, he has more than just the usual couple of songs and the Beatles hits. So that's it, Snookeroo at number 4. Now, the top 3 here are 3 songs that I'm pretty solid on. I'm pretty comfortable with putting them where I'm putting them. I could reverse these 3 in any order any time, but this is the order for now. I think I'll hold it for a while. Number 3, Back Off Boogaloo. What a great drum pattern for Ringo. He plays the drums on it nicely, and George Harrison just with a biting guitar on here. Might be my favorite George Harrison guitar playing, maybe of all, or some of it, among the best. Back Off Boogaloo, number 3. Number 2, I'm sure this will be many people's number 1. It could be number 1. It should be number 1 in a lot of ways. Big hit for Ringo, Photograph. Ringo's biggest solo song, without a doubt. But I put it at number 2. The reason I put Photograph at number 2, ta-da, everybody know, is because I just love It Don't Come Easy a tiny bit more. It Don't Come Easy, number 1, my favorite Ringo Starr solo song of the 1970s. One of my favorite Ringo Starr solo songs of all, maybe the number 1. I don't know, someday I'll do a bigger list with all this stuff and see if this still stays at number 1. It just hits I love this song. It hits a nerve with me. Co-written with George Harrison. Hits a nerve with me from when I was a kid, and I was like 9 years old, and this was on the radio all the time. Reminds me of picnics past, families past, present, you know, people who have passed on, and all the good memories. So that's it, folks. Happy birthday, Ringo. And thanks, everybody, for taking a piece of the birthday cake and watching the video. Thanks.